Hello and welcome to Joseph's Casey class once again. We are going to be going on to worksheet ALG1 number 1. That's Algebra 1 number 1, worksheet number 1. So let's go right into it. So first we're going to find the reciprocal of -3 and 1/2. This is really easy. So first of all, reciprocal means flip. Many of you already know this. But you can only flip improper fractions. Therefore, -3 and 1/2, to turn that into a improper fraction, first we're going to multiply the denominator by the base. And that's going to give us a total of 2 times 3 is 6. We're not going to throw away this negative, but just pretend it's not there. We don't need to use it yet. Now once we've done 2 times 3, the denominator times the base, we're going to start to rewrite a fraction where we're going to keep the denominator. That's not going to change, even though we multiplied. And we're going to take that 6 and add it to the 1, the numerator. 6 plus 1 is 7/2. Then we got to go back and see that negative. We can't lose it. We just slap it right back down. We're not done yet. All we did there was just turn it into an improper fraction. Once we've turned it into an improper fraction, now you just flip it and you're done. So we keep the symbol, that doesn't change. And the 2, well, I'll go ahead and demonstrate down here. 7/2 is going to become -2/7. See how it just flipped? And that's it. -2/7. Done. Next problem. Find the reciprocal of 5. How do you flip something that has nothing to flip over it? Well, you give it something to flip over. So you make non-fractions into fractions. So 5 becomes 5/1. Then, it's reciprocal, flip it, 1/5. So no matter what they tell you to flip, when they say reciprocal, you just flip it, even if it's x's, y's, z's, z to the 32nd power times 15/2, you just flip it. Everything on one side, top, goes on the bottom, everything on the bottom goes on the top. No addition, subtraction, no math skills at all. Just flip. Turn it upside down. This one is also extremely easy. You don't have to write all these word notes. Just understand that opposite just means either if it's positive, as this one is, turn it into a negative, or if it's already negative, then you turn it to a positive. So if we have positive 2 and 3/8, opposite means -2 and 3/8. That's it. No tricks. This one looks really scary, but it's not. Especially if you got a multiplication table, which if you're on the Casey, you should have already drawn one before you even looked at the first question. If you have a multiplication table, this will be easy. It might still be easy without it, but use your table on this one. So, we're going to simplify the square root of 1.21. First thing we're going to do is we're going to convert to a fraction with a radical over the denominator. On your paper, you don't have to write all these words, but you do need to write these, the numbers that I'm going to start drawing out. So converting to a fraction with a radical over the denominator means, turning into a fraction means over 1, right? But with a radical. Okay, that's step A. Step B, move the decimal of the numerator to the far right, count the movements. So, again, we've got this fraction here, and we're going to move the decimal to the far right, and we moved it 2 times. Then we're going to give the denominator a decimal and move it to the right an equal amount of times, fill in with zeros. So we had a 1 there. Up here we moved it twice. It's at the end, or you can just throw it away because it's at the end. But you moved it twice here, so if there is no decimal, add a decimal. Move it twice, fill in with zeros. Then, sorry, that's messy. Then, use your multiplication table to find the square root of both. Remember, square root is what number times itself, so you'd look at 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. On the ones I give you, it's that red diagonal going down from top left to bottom right. You'll find that 121, square root of that is 11, because 11 times 11 is 121. 10 times 10 is 100. 11 over 10. But you have to simplify. So you can't leave it at that. In an earlier lesson we went over this, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit, but the answer you should get when you simplify is 1 and 1 over 10. And that's it. That's all our examples. Go ahead and move on to the practice problems. Work on those on your own. If you need any help, let me know. Don't do the homework unless I specifically tell you to do so otherwise. Thank you.